the GST tonight at midnight. CNBC TV18 has been speaking to industry leaders on how they have prepared for this mega tax overhaul. M&M's Pawan Goenka admits that there will be some chaos in the initial period, but in the long term, it is a positive. Speaking to CNBC TV18's Ronojoy Banerjee, he adds that there can be a 6% loss on account of non-refund of some of the input credits.
While we understand, of course, that large companies like yourselves would be prepared for the GST, what's the sense you're getting when you're speaking with some of your suppliers, especially the ones in Tier 2, Tier 3 towns?
This is a day that we have been waiting for a long time. And we're very happy that this day has arrived. And we are looking forward to the midnight tonight to usher in the era of GST from 1st of July. As far as readiness is concerned, I think everybody has worked very hard to get ready for this day. Mahindra started working about 6 months ago in getting the IT system ready, getting all the processes ready and so on. And we have worked very closely with our dealers. We have worked very closely with the Tier 1 suppliers. And at least on paper, I think that Mahindra, its dealers, its Tier 1 suppliers are ready. But I want to emphasize on paper because till we push the button, we really will not know what is not working because there is no pilot run that we have done, and we are going to go straight into it, switch off excise and start GST overnight. So there will be some little bit of chaos that's going to happen, and that's understandable. It's a major change, and I don't think we should expect that it will be a smooth transition from 11:59 p.m. to 12:01 a.m. It just won't happen. And we are prepared for it. I personally am prepared that for 2 to 3 months we will struggle, things will go wrong, we'll correct it, we'll change the IT system, we'll change the process. And I hope the whole system is sort of lenient about it and flexible about it, that we can make those changes. I believe that in a couple of months or maybe even sooner, everything will settle down and then we will forget this transition pain that we are going to endure for a while.
You're talking about a short-term chaos in the transition phase. Can you sort of tell me exactly what you mean by that? And can you quantify the sort of short-term disruptions that you may be alluding to?
So the problem that I see is that our value chain is very long with starting from Tier 2, Tier 3 suppliers all the way up to selling to a customer. And there are many different kinds of, like a fleet operator or second-hand used car sales. So while we are reasonably confident that our immediate contact point, which is the dealers and suppliers, we will take care of and it will work well, I'm not so sure right now what will happen with Tier 2 suppliers, Tier 3 suppliers, and sort of other service providers. Because I think for service providers, it's a much bigger change than for manufacturing setup. So there may be some sort of disturbance that will happen in that area, which we'll have to work on. As far as the financial side is concerned in transition, we have talked about the concerns that we have because we are losing, in case of auto, all the cess that we have paid, which is as high as 4.5% on larger cars. And we will lose the CST that we have paid, which is 2%. So a 6% loss for all the vehicles that are currently in the field, either with dealers or a stockyard, is a fairly big loss. And we'll have to find some way of making up for it because we have just absorbed the loss because of BS3. We cannot make another big loss coming into because of this loss of credit. And therefore, we'll have to see how over the next 6 to 9 months we're able to recover that loss and get back to where we started.
The financial impact that you're talking about, which could be up to almost 6% in case of passenger vehicles, is significant, Dr. Goenka. Can you give us a sense also in terms of the total inventory size that the industry is sitting on currently?
Well, typically the inventory that the auto industry has is between 4 to 5 weeks. Okay, and same thing with tractor industry, between 4 to 5 weeks. That is the dealer inventory. In addition to that, we will have a week and a half in the stockyards in various states. So I would say system inventory will be about 6 weeks if we don't do anything. Obviously, we are trying very hard that in the month of June, we reduce the 6 week to whatever number. It's very hard to know till the end of the day today. But we'll hope to reduce that inventory by some number so that we have the least hit. But 5 to 6 weeks is what normally the inventory will be. Now, I just want to point out that hit is not on commercial vehicles. Hit is small on small cars, and hit is large on large cars.
Now that you're saying that many of the levies today will not be eligible for input tax credit post GST, who is going to take this burden? The manufacturers, or will dealers be taking a chunk of this hit?
Well, I think most of the companies have informed the dealers that they will take care of bulk of the cost. I do not know if people have said 100%, but we are close to 100%. Take away bulk of the cost will be on the dealer, for the reason that on the manufacturer or on us, for the reason that, as you said, the dealers don't have the deep pocket. They have 3.5% margin that they make on each product, so they cannot afford to lose 6% on a 3.5% margin. Therefore, we will have to bear that cost, and I would have to say that we'll have to recover that cost also. We cannot just write it off in our books. We'll have to recover that cost.
Well, time to slip into that short break, but on the other side, we'll tell you how the first half of the year was.